think we got to talk about Roots. I think that's the hot topic today. I'm seeing it a lot on my timeline. Roots, they remade it. In this room, you have Laura Stiles who watched it.
Yeah.
It took me years to see 12 Years a Slave. I couldn't listen, I get along with a lot of people.
But you ended up watching it, right?
I ended up seeing it, but I saw like most of it.
Okay.
I'm in a good space. Right. But I do believe these films need to be made because there are people who like to ignore how traumatic these hundreds of years in this country were for black people.
That's right.
There are people who like to look past the recent trauma. So I believe that they need to be made. But remade?
No.
Scotty Beam, you're not for it.
I'm not for it. You can go and do your research and watch Roots, the original. I don't understand why you need a remake of this one.
Shawnee Coach?
Original. I feel the same way. The original was good. It's classic. Go do your homework. Go look for it and watch it. Put the money that you invested in this new project into something better that actually glorifies success instead of.
So you guys are with Snoop Dogg?
Absolutely.
Do you agree with Uncle Snoop? Tired of seeing and being reminded of black people being slaves and want to see more stories, different stories told?
There's so many untold stories.
Pot 97, who's this?
My name is Malin.
Malin, do you agree with Snoop that enough? Why are we remaking Roots? Let's make other stories.
Yeah, I agree with him to a great extent. I think that the story has been told over and over again. I mean, there are a lot of things to write about in terms of African success over the last 1,000 years. Enough of the story.
Facts. You know, I don't see Mansa Musa stories.
That's true. And you also don't see, there's an article on the internet called 100 Cities Destroyed by Europeans. A well-vetted article. Everyone should read. Yes.
Very interesting. Thanks for your call, boss. I also asked earlier, and maybe somebody could give me this information. The the Pearl Harbor stories, the Hiroshima stories, Holocaust stories.
I mentioned the Armenian genocide.
Stories. Do they even make those? I mean, obviously, I've seen Holocaust and Pearl Harbor, Armenian genocide. Never seen that, but are those stories remade over and over and over and over again?
No. Not that I know of. I don't think so. Because when there's a classic movie, like I said, like the Sound of Music, Gone with the Wind, what's the other one? Wizard of Oz, they don't remake them. They let the classic one ring. They let it.
So you're saying even outside of the history of our country, just a classic film, if it's classic, you don't remake it, maybe you re-release it.
Right.
You digitally remaster it, make it look better.
Right.
But you don't remake it.
Right. You're putting money in the wrong place right now. What are you trying to remind us?
And from Newark, New Jersey. Do you agree with Uncle Snoop? These films don't need to keep, these films don't need to be remade and keep being told. You want to see new stories.
Nah, man, I say keep it the way it was, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these young people don't even know what people, you know what I'm saying, went through it for us to have the freedom that we've got. And it's like they just just throwing their life away. Like if they probably seen what we've seen and what people before us seen, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that might make them take life a little bit more serious.
I'm not quite sure what you said, but if I was to translate, I think you're saying that the kids need to see these films.
Exactly.
Facts. Thank you very much. So he disagrees with Uncle Snoop.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I think so.
Yo, OB.
How you doing?
Out in Greenburgh, New York, you think Uncle Snoop is wrong?
Uncle Snoop, yeah. I mean, I feel as though, and I think that growing up as a youth, I was force-fed slave movies all the time. It kind of reminded me that I was like inferior to all of my, white or whatever European classmates stuff. I feel as though, remakes of slave movies are just unnecessary, and it does nothing but make people think about themselves in a lesser light. A generation of kids are growing up not thinking about that, or not considering themselves second-class citizens, and seeing it over and over again. It makes them do their homework and realize, hey, there was a time when I'm inferior, and the white, classmates can think, there was a time when I was superior, and I feel like it's just does too much to bring back something that doesn't need to go back to your little kids.
So you agree with Uncle Snoop is what you're saying?
Oh, okay, I agree with Uncle Snoop.
Yeah, there you go. All right, thanks for your call, man.
No problem.
All right, let's take this last one. This is Michelle.
Hey, what's going on?
Michelle, you watched Roots, you liked it, but...
So, my father's from Ghana, so I know stories about African kings and queens, kingdoms that were great, you know what I mean? So it's like, I get it, the story definitely needs to be told, but we have other stories that need to be told as well. We didn't just come from slavery alone.
Yep.
We came from royalty. Not just Ramses, not just Cleopatra. There were West African countries that they had great kingdoms. Those stories need to be told, and a story about the Atlantic slave trade as a whole, because you got Hispanics and quote-unquote Caribbeans, West Indians, that some of them don't really think that they came from the slave trade. So I think that
Oh, so they just think that you think black people just popped up in Jamaica?
Yep.
You think Africans just started popping up in the Dominican Republic?
In Cuba, yeah.
that way. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
You guys laugh, but it's true. Yeah.
If they're doing it for an educational purpose, then tell the entire story.
Right.
Don't half of it and have people feeling like, oh, we're nothing more than slaves, because we're not. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're great. We're great people, because we came from greatness.
Thanks for your call, Michelle.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Michelle.
Well said. Thank you.